Let's try that one. So we'll do a couple of these and then we'll move on into the homework number 5, I think. We'll try that. So figure out you're in base 3, remember. So whenever you hit 3, you're going to carry, right? How we doing? So A and 2 somehow makes 1. That must be from a carry, huh? So what could you have? What number? If you're not sure, you could just try out numbers. Like, could this be 1, for example? That's what I do. If you're looking at this going like, I have no idea, guess. You know, guessing is a great, I don't know if anybody ever told you in math, don't guess, but let me say the opposite. Guess. Guessing is great as long as you check. You know, I solve a lot of problems by guessing, checking, and then it improves my thinking, and pretty soon I get it. So if A is 1, could it be 1? 1 and 2, 1 and 2 here would make 3. That would mean carry with a 0, so that's not right. Everybody see that? Because if you hit 3, you're in base 3, so carry away the 3, none left. So this could not have been a 1. Could it have been a 2? 2 and 2 would be 4. 4 would mean carry away 3, 1 left over, perfect. So that A must be 2, huh? So I can go ahead and put it right here too. Like we talked about, I think somebody asked that good question on Wednesday. Yeah, is A always the same? It is. So whenever, in the math thing, bless you, whenever you have the same letter, it's got to be the same value everywhere. So that A is also 2 here. So, okay, we got A. Let's keep going. So now in this column, we've got 1, 2, and B making 2. Well, again, I would just try it out. How about if B is like 1? Could that be right? That'd be 4, right? 1, 2, and 1 would make 4. That would mean carry away 3, 1 left over. No, that's not right. Got to have 2 left over. So actually, B must be 1 higher. B must be 2, huh? Because if B is 2, then that's 5, right? The carry, the 2, and the 2 makes 5, which is carry away 3, 2 left over. Perfect. Perfect. Good. B is 2. And then final column, this is 5, which is carry away 3, 2 left over. Perfect. C must be 1. Good. These getting easier for you? Questions I can answer on that? Yeah. Number 2 is to a tricky. Yeah. So again, my strategy would be start getting, what base are we in? Oh yeah, so there's nothing written here, so it's just normal base 10. So I would just try different digits. You know what I mean? Guess at it. Try a 1. Could it be 1? 5 and 1 would be 6, and then 2 would be 2, 6. That can't be right. Why not? They're supposed to be the same, right? Because it's BB, so these have to be the same digits, huh? Does that make sense? So it's not a 1, because that would make it 26, and those aren't the same. It's got to be something like 33, 44, 55, 66, something like that. So 1 didn't work. Let's try 2. That'd be 27. No, that's not working. Let's try 3. That'd be 28. No, that's not working. It's a little tedious here. Let's try 4. No, 29. Let's try 5. No, 30. Let's try 6. No, 31. Let's try 7. No, 32. Bingo, huh? 13. 33. So it's just guess and test, which is a great strategy. Teach kids to do that. Teach them. I've learned so many, they made me take a million math science classes, and I would read problems so many times. I didn't just know everything right away. No way. I was mostly confused, especially in physics. That was like math with all word problems. And I'd read these crazy questions, and I would just think I had no idea. And I noticed if I just stared at it, nothing good ever happened. But when I started guessing around at numbers, like put in a 5, put in a 10, and it'd be wrong. Of course, my guesses are wrong at first. But just working out the guess, all of a sudden I would see what's happening in the problem, and I would start gaining insight. It's a great way to start. If you're reading a problem, you have no idea, just plop in a number. Put in a 1. And just try it, and then you'll start to see, probably right away you saw when I put in that 1, oh, what needs to happen, huh? So guessing is a great strategy. This is just normal base 10. That's kind of hard. It's just like all letters. You know, honestly, I didn't solve this ahead of time. I got these from a colleague. I don't know if you've taken Mr. Allen. He gave me a bunch. I teach with him over at City, and he gave me a bunch of his problems that actually his dad had come up with years ago. His dad has taught this class, Mr. Allen Sr. Anyway, I don't know if anyway. So my point is, I've never solved this problem. I'm standing right here in front of you for the first time, and I look at that and I go, I don't know, but what am I going to do? So I'm just trying to be real with you and just show you what do I do when I look at a question where I have no idea. I guess. I'm going to take a pure raw guess. And pretty soon, it'll start making sense. I'm hoping that's what usually happens. So here we go. Otherwise, I'll be really embarrassed in front of you all and not able to solve the problem. All right. So I'm just going to say maybe A is 1. I don't know. If it is, then it's 1 here and 1 here.
Wouldn't the line be invalid because A, B, C, D, C?
Oh, yeah. I'm already not thinking right. Thank you. So that was dumb. So let's try again. Thank you. How about 2? Yeah, they got to be even. I forgot about the even factor over here. Thank you. It's got to be, all of them have to be even, huh? 2, 4, 6, 8, and 0. Right? You know what the even numbers are, right? 2, 4, 6, 8. 0 is even. Sometimes people ask me, that's a good question. 0 is also even. Right? If you have 0 people, you can break that into even amounts. None. That's what it means, right? Can you break into even teams? And you can break 0 into even teams. Nobody on each team. All right. So maybe A's 2. I don't know. Okay, then what's B and C? I don't know. How about 4 and 6? I'm just totally guessing at this point. And then I'm going to see what happens, and I'm assuming I'll start learning things. So let's just try that for starters. So, okay, then we go 6 and 2 and 2 would be 10. So I'd put a 0 here and a 1 there. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, something just occurred to me. If you carry 1, how's this going to come out even? You got to carry 2 or 4. Probably only 2, because 3 numbers, I don't think you carry 4. It can't be 40. 3 9s. The biggest 3 numbers going to can be that. They're even. 3 8s and 24. Are you tracking with me? You see, so I've noticed something. By my guess, all of a sudden I'm noticing something. What is that? I can't be carrying 1. Why not? Well, because these have to add up. These are even. This is even. This is even. This is even. And this has to be even. So if you have a bunch of even numbers and add 1, it's not going to be even. Is it? So, So we've got to carry 2, don't we? We have to carry 2. Okay, so if we're going to carry 2, could A be 2 and 2? I don't think so. No, because that's 4. The biggest, this thing could be an 8. That'll only be 12. Not going to happen. All right, I'm getting somewhere now. It's like a mystery. I'm unlocking some clues. So A cannot be so low as 2 and 2, can it? Could A be 4 and 4? Remember, we got to carry 2, which means you got to add up to 20 or more in that first column, don't we? You guys tracking with me? We have to carry 2 because we got to keep it even. So 4 and 4 is 8. Can you add 8 and one other number and hit 20 or more? No. Did everybody get the first observation? We've got to hit 20 or more because we got to carry 2 to keep everything even. Right? So no, we can't be 4 and 4. How about 6 and 6? That'd be 12. Can you add 12 and one other number and get 20? You could. If that other number was 8, that would barely make it. So there's the first possibility. Maybe that's right. 6 and 6 would be 12, and 8 would be 20. We would carry 2, bring down a 0. So far, so good. Everything's even. We're headed towards evenness so far. Let's see. That means this A would be 6, this A would be 6. I don't know what B is, but let's just see where we're at. The D would have to be 0 because it was already determined to be 0 before. Would that work? Is there a way to get this D to be 0 when you've got 6 and 6 and 2? What's that? 12, 14, and what would put a 0? 6, right? 14 and 6 would make 20. But that's not going to work because if that's... Right, do you guys seeing it? Right, if this... Let me go a little slower. So 2, 6, and 6. That's, again, 14, right? So this would have to be 6 or 8. If it's 6, that'd be 20, which would mean 20. And this would be 2. But now we're saying B is 6 and B is 2. See the problem? Am I losing you? You tracking with me? See what I'm doing? I'm just guessing. Fooling around. That's really a lot of math, is guessing and looking for patterns and following the logic. Okay, so it can't be 6, can it? Could it be 8? That's the only other option. If it's 8, that's the only other option that goes with the A's being 6. I could always go back and make the A's 8, and I will go there if this proves fruitless. This is my last chance to make this plan work, and then I'm going to go back to the beginning and change it. You tracking with me? So 2, 6, and 6 is 14, and 8 is 22. That'd be 2, 2, no way. D's got to be 0. D can't suddenly be 2. D was 0 over here. Can't change to 2 all of a sudden. So, the A's may not be 6. Did you track with me down that road? I took that road as far as it would go, and it's a dead-end street. I know it for sure. See, I'm guessing, but see how I eventually come to a place of sureness. I'm sure, right? Do you see why I'm sure again? Let me do it one more time. And this will be on YouTube. You can watch it and play it again. If you got nothing going on Friday night, invite all your friends over. Mr. Heron's YouTubes, right? Very exciting. All right. If you see why it didn't work out? If A is 6, 6 and 6 is 12. C, to make a carry of 2, 12 and 8. That would have to be 8. Then we'd carry 2. Then D would have to be 0, 20. And then if we're going to carry again, 6 and 6 is 12, and 6 and 6 is 12, and 2 is 14. This had to be 6 or 8 to make 20 to carry again. Wait, does it have to be 6 or 8? Why can't A be like 2 or something? Oh, because we got to make 0 down here. That's why. Because D has already been determined to be 0. And the only way you're going to get 0 down there is if this is 6. Yeah, B had to be 6. That's 18, 20. And then all of a sudden B's 2 here, 6 there. All right, so I did it again. Are you okay with that logic? So no way, this thing's just a big mess now. No way A is 6. No way. Doesn't work. Dead end street. I'm not guessing about that fact. I know it now. All right, so what does A got to be? 8. Got to be. See how I'm 100% sure now? Because I've tried the other options, and they're logical dead ends, aren't they? A's got to be 8. Because we have to have a carry, and the 6s didn't work. So 8 and 8 is 16. 16. So to hit 20, this could be 4, this could be 6, or this could be 8. There's my 3 options. You with me? Everybody seeing this? 8 and 8 is 16, and 4 would make 20, 22, or 24. They're all okay. They all carry a 2, and we got to carry a 2, don't we? So, I don't know. Let's try them one at a time. Let's try the 4. Again, I'm just guessing. So, 8 and 8 is 16, and 4 is 20. It'd go like that. Then D would have to be 0. So, what do we got? 8 and 8. Now, the second column. 2, 8, 8. What's that? 10, 18. 18. To get a 0 here, B would have to be 2. Because then that'd make 20. Carry a 2. B is 2. That's it. That works. There it is. How do we get it? We guessed around and followed the logic. Is that good? That making sense? That's a lot of what math is just exercising logic like that. And just following on out. All right. Did you enjoy that? I think it's kind of fun when you solve a problem. So I'll leave number 9 for you. It's not fun when it doesn't solve. It's terrible. It's painful. But once you solve it, it's enjoyable, I think. All right. So the answer is really over there. Let me put it on a new page. 2A blank blank 4. 2A blank blank 4. 7 5 blank. 7 5 blank. Adds up to be, or subtracts. No, adds. I'm confused. Oh, blank 216. Okay. thought that was a subtract. Okay, so there we go. There's the problem we're supposed to figure out. This is base 10 again, back to normal base 10. All right, so 4 and what could make 6? It could be 2, obviously. But could it be 2? Yeah, it could be anything else. Right? Gotta be 2. So that's easy. 2. Okay, 4 and 2 is 6. Next column. What and 5 is 1 in the middle here? What's this going to be? You all know the answer. Gotta be 6, huh? 6 and 5 is 11. Okay, and now what has it got to be in this column? 1 and 7 and something to carry and be 2. Y'all seeing it? You guys are all just so you can just shout out that answer. You guys are just more humble. Today, it reminds me of today is my 27th wedding anniversary. And it reminds me because my wife and I we met at Cal Poly, and we took one class together, a stats class, and I always kid her because she was often looking out the window. There's not a lot to see out the window here, but she would always look out the window during class. She was a good student, but she would often look out the window. And so I would always kid her, you look out the window. And she would say to me, I'm commenting because you guys are not always, and she'd go, yeah, but I wasn't trying to be the show-off. I know the answer. She was accusing me, but I was just encouraging the teacher. But she feels like I was showing off that I knew the answers. Anyway. All right. So you feel free to show off or whatever. I will be fine with that. So yeah, 7 and 1 is 8. And how much more to get a 2 thing there? It's got to be 4, doesn't it? Because 1 and 4, 5 and 7 is 12. Going to carry the 1. Bring it down. There it is. All right, easy enough for you? All right. So, you know the normal way of adding. Let me just say 87, 64. Let's make a 5, 65. All right. Okay, so the normal way of adding, in fact, let me add some more numbers here. 74, 38, 96. Okay, a whole bunch of numbers. There we go. So, you know the normal way of adding a whole column of numbers like this, right? The normal way is just to go, okay, 7. Well, here, let me put that mark there. So, 7 and 5 is 12, and 4 is, see how far you can go in your head here. 16, and 8 more is 24. Good job. And 6 more is 30. So we had to keep a total up to 30 running in our head. That's not always simple. Then you put down the 0, carry the 3, and then you do the same thing. I'm going to show you a different way. I'm just reminding you first off the normal way. This is the normal way, right? And then 3 and 8 is 11, and 6 is 17, and 7 more is 24, and 3 is 27, and 9 is 30. Good. For 9, you add 10 and back up 1, huh? That's a quick way. 27, add 10 is 37, back up 1, 36. So you had to keep the total 36 running in your head. Not simple. Not simple. And certainly not for kids who are new to everything. And that's the right answer, 360. Let me show you a new way. There's other ways to add. Not so much that I think you should probably teach kids this. I don't. Just because you don't want to confuse them. Most other people are not going to teach them this way. But I just want you to know that there are different ways of adding, subtracting, multiplying, dividing. I'm going to show you a method called scratch addition. And what it is, it's a different algorithm. That's a good word to know. Do you know what an algorithm is? An algorithm is steps to do something. Just a fancy word. We use it a lot, in the technology world, an algorithm. It's a good word to know if you're going to help those kids to grow up in a technological environment. An algorithm is some steps to do something. So I always think of it like a recipe. A recipe, how do you make cookies? Throw in the flour and the sugar and the eggs and You know, that recipe is an algorithm. It's the steps to make the cookies. So did you know there's other algorithms, other steps, other methods for adding up numbers than the normal one you're used to? Here's one. There's many. Here's one called scratch addition. Here's the way it's going to work. Anytime you hit 10, because we're in base 10, right? Anytime you hit 10 or more, scratch the number. So here we go. 7 and 5 is 12. So I hit 10 or more already. Scratch, or cross it off. I don't know, they call it scratch. Cross it off and put the remainder of 2. That is 12. In other words, it's like 1, 2. The scratch is like 1. So that's how we write 12. Does that make sense what I just did there? So whenever you hit 10 or more, you scratch the number that made you go 10 or more. So that's like 12. It's kind of funny looking 12, basically. And then you keep going with just the 2. Forget about the 10, 12, big number. Just go with the 2. What we're going to do is eventually we're going to carry that scratch, all the scratches, to the next column. It's a way of doing our carrying ahead of time and forgetting about the extra 10s. So go back to 2. Forget about the 12. Just go back to 2. 2 and 4, 6. We're back. See, low numbers in our head again. Easier. 2 and 4 is 6. Keep a running total. 6 and 8 is 14. We went over 10. So scratch 4. That's 14. Everybody see that? Anytime you hit 10 or more, you scratch. So that's 14. Now you just go back to 4 again. So 4 and 6. 10. I hit 10 or more. Scratch 0. That's my 10. Everybody see that? That's my 1-0. That's my 10. Okay, now we're done with that column. Just bring down the last number, whatever it may be. And what do you carry to the next column? The scratches. Because every time you scratched, once, twice, 3 times, 3. Every time you scratched, that was 10. That's why you were scratching. So that means that's a carry, isn't it? Do you see how this way you don't have to have a high running total in your head? You keep bringing it down, bringing it down, bringing it down. Okay, let's keep going with the next column. 8, 3, and 8. So 11, we hit 10 or more. So what are we going to do? We're going to scratch again. 11 is scratch 1. That's 11, huh? Now you're just dealing with 1. 1 and 6. 7. Keep going. If you haven't hit 10, just keep going. 7 and 7. 14. Scratch 4. That's my 14. Right? The scratch is the 1 again. It's the 10. 14. Now you just go back to 4. 4 and 3. 7. Haven't hit 10 yet. Keep going. 7 and 9. I always add 10. 17. Back up 1. 16. That's 16. So scratch 6, huh? That's my last number. Just bring it down. And how many do we carry to the next column? How many scratches? 3. And that's all we got in that column. 3. So same answer. Obviously, that'd be bad if it was a different answer. Yeah, same answer, different method of getting it. That's another way to add. Now, again, I'm not so much saying teach kids this. You probably shouldn't, because even though it might be a little better slightly, you don't want to change their game plan the 1 year they're in your class, right? If everybody else is doing it regular, you better do it regular, you know. So you don't want to do that to them. But I just want you to be aware, and as you teach kiddos to be aware, that the way we add, also subtract, multiply, divide, that's just one of many ways. It's not like, set in stone and you have to do it that way. There are other ways. Those are just series of steps which get you the answer. So you want to try one of these? How are we doing on time? Let's try one of these. Let's add with scratch. All right. 76, 84, 93, 29, 58, 76. Again, another 76. All right, try that. So just go down, and anytime you hit 10, scratch. Let's try it out, see if you're getting it. Okay, scratch addition. So 6 and 4, 1, 0, like that. That's 10. right? When you hit 10 or more. Keep going. 0 and 3, it's just 3, so keep going. 3 and 9 is 12. So that's scratch 2, huh? There's our 12. Good so far. This is making sense. Anytime you hit 10 or more, you scratch. And keep going. 2 and 8, 10. Scratch 0. 0 and 6, that's just 6, huh? How many carries to the next column? Aren't there 3? 3 scratches, right? 1, 2, 3. So every scratch is a 10. So 3 to the next column. Good to there. So 3 and 7 makes 10. That's scratch 0. That's 10. How are we doing? Are there any questions I could answer? Is this making sense? Please speak up. Probably other people have your same question. 0 and 8 is 8. Keep going. And 9 is 17. So that's scratch 7. 17. Keep going. 7 and 2 is 9. And 9 and 5 is 14. Scratch 4. And 4 and 7, 11, scratch 1. Bring down that last number. How many scratches to the next column? 4. This time is 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. Bring it down. 4, 1, 6. That good? Questions I can answer on doing that? So there's other ways. Later we'll get another way to multiply numbers, and that's it for now. So that's it for 5, scratch. Yeah, that's interesting. Okay, so when you're adding scratch addition in base 5, when are you going to scratch? Anytime you hit 5 or more, right? In base 10, it was anytime you hit 10 or more. So it's going to be a little weird. All right, so give it a try. We only got 3 minutes, but let me give you a minute. And then all right, I'm going to jump in. So 2 and 3 is 5. That's scratch 0. Is everybody okay with that? Because, again, the scratch is like the carry. You carry away 5. You scratch 5 in base 5. 0 and 4 is 4. Just keep going. And 1 is 5. Scratch 0 again, huh? That's 5. Keep going. 0 and 3 is 3. And 2 is 5. Am I going too quick? Scratch 0 again. We just keep hitting 5 right on the money. Bring down 0. Want me to run through that again? Got a minute and a half. Okay, so 2 and 3 is 5. Whenever you hit 5, that's scratch 0. Because the carry, scratches the carry, is 5. 5, 0. 5. And then 0, 4, 1, 5, scratch 0. 5, scratch 0. Okay, now how many scratches do we carry? 3. Looks like 3. So now we go 3 and 2 is 5. Scratch 0. Again. 0 and 1 is 1. And 3 is 4. And 4 is 8. 8. That's scratch right there, because that's the number that made us go over 5 or more. 8 is scratch what? 3, because 5 and 3, huh? That's our 8. Scratch 3. 3 and 3 is 6. What's that? We went over 5 or more again. 3 and 3 is 6. Scratch 1, because 5 and 1. And 1 and 2 is, bring down the 3. How many scratches to the next column? 3. Bring it down. There we go.